Qatar Airways has been told to fly bigger planes and go direct into smaller airports if it wants to run additional flights into Australia. Political reporter Cameron Redden has the details.
A whole litany of reasons have been put forward as to why Qatar Airways was blocked from running an additional 28 flights into Australia's 4 major airports. Those have included the 2020 incident at Hamad Airport, where Australians were invasively strip-searched, as well as the desire to protect Australian jobs. But the argument being homed in on by the government today involves the suggestion that Qatar is currently not operating to its available capacity in Australia. It's currently approved to run 28 return flights every week to Australia's 4 major airports, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Perth. It wanted another 28, but was told no in July. The government has today suggested that there is more Qatar could do to improve its presence in Australia, including running bigger aeroplanes to its current destinations, therefore boosting seats without boosting the number of slots it takes up. It's also been suggested that Qatar could fly direct flights into places like Canberra, Cairns or Adelaide, secondary gateways, rather than relying on a partnership with Virgin.
They have unused access right now into second aviation markets. We want to see greater competition, and that's why you've seen decisions for greater access be made in relation to Singapore, in relation to Cathay, in relation to China Southern. We want countries and airlines which have access to use it to the fullest possible extent. Qatar is not.
A Senate inquiry will launch a deeper probe into the government's decision to block these extra flights throughout this month. Bridget McKenzie, the National Senate leader and chair of this inquiry, claims blocking the flights had less to do with national interest and more to do with the national carrier.
You suspect that the government has done this for Qantas, don't you?
Absolutely, they've done this for Qantas. I mean, this government has been running a protection racket for this airline since they came to power. And the question is it because of the personal relationship between the Prime Minister and Alan Joyce himself? Is it for ideological reasons? Or is it for the political necessity of the Yes campaign?
That inquiry will hold public hearings in the second half of September. Among those expected to be called to give evidence, the chairman of Qantas, Richard Goyder, and its former chief executive, Alan Joyce.